Hello, my name is Jimmy McFan. Hello, I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, producer, and many other things. Today, I kind of will just be talking about my experience seeing FLO live in concert in Atlanta. Look, I got my little merch from them. It is so cute. I don't even know where to begin. How I got invited, how the night went, how they were live and stuff like that. Let's start from the beginning. So, as you guys know, if y'all watch my channel, I have been breaking their music down since January, which is when I started making videos. I just really became like a kind of like just like a hardcore fan. And I would hit the girls up and like tell them, you know, basically how great they are. Me and Stella just kind of communicated. Like I would just randomly, you know, say, hey, yada, yada, yada. She'd respond, stuff like that. I found out they was coming to America and I was like, yo, I have to find a way to see them. Remember, I signed up for the pre-release and that didn't work. And then I saw that the tickets were on sale or whatever. And I was trying to go, but I was broke. Like, I'm a broke bitch. And then like my paydays and stuff would not like line up with the trajectory of me going to see them. And I kind of like settled on like me not being able to see them because like, okay, I'm sorry about that. To go because I didn't have any money. And then the way that I operate is like, so I'm trying to meet the girls. I'm trying to, because like, I'm not there for like shits and giggles. I'm like, no, like I want y'all to be great. So let's get it together, you know? So I have like a little managerial mindset. So I'm like, I want to be front row. I want to hear what they can do. I want to really, you know, like I'm here to analyze. I'm here to be a supporter. And also I've been kind of like, the feedback that I've gotten from artists that I've broken down have been like a little bit accurate, but I was like so pressed because I really wanted to go. And I had like made a GoFundMe, dead ass. I made a GoFundMe. And keep in mind, I like wasn't expecting anything from it, to be honest. Like me and Stella had talked before I even posted or anything. Then, you know, she wasn't responding at the time. She's not always active. I don't want to make it seem like we were talking and she like ghosted me or something. Like she responds to me when she can, I feel like. So I don't take anything personal. So basically she was like, I'm gonna try to get you tickets. I was like, okay, cool. Like I didn't think anything of it. Like she said it, but I didn't know how much, like how that would happen. You know what I mean? Because it was so close to like the event that I was just like, you know what I mean? Like I kind of like came to peace with it. And so next day, FLO like this team page followed me on Twitter and then messaged me on Twitter. They asked like, you know, for my information and it was like, okay, we'll get back to you soon. Shortly after that, I basically got an email saying that I was invited, that I could bring someone with me, like a +1. I don't have many friends and the people that I do know don't know anything about FLO. Like, well, I didn't really have anybody to invite. I did have like somebody to invite. It was kind of last minute, you know what I mean? Because the show sold out. I forgot to mention that the show sold out in the US, which is exactly what I'm looking forward to. Like in line as it sold out, and I was like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And like, it wasn't enough space. And so like members of the team spoke to me, yada, 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 like about like, you know, getting people in and stuff. I'm like, I'm not gonna stress anything. I'm just gonna like, I'm just happy and grateful that I even got invited, you know? So I was planning on going around like 2. They would have been pretty early and sitting around for like, what, 6 hours before the show started. I saw the page posted that people were already outside. And I was like, oh, then I need to get there like now. And so I like hurried up and like rushed to get to the venue. And there was more people in line. I was like, oh my God, like, I was just really excited for the most part for the whole time. Not necessarily for like the show and stuff, but just like the success that I'm like watching happen in real life for the girls. Like, because that's the goal at the end of the day. We was in line, I met a lot of people, I met like a lot of fans. I'm not very social, but I try to like push myself in this, especially in this aspect, because I saw it as a blessing that I was, you know, invited. They came through with cameras, filmed us. I spoke with Rob, who is part of their team, is the one who emailed me. I was nervous because I was there in line and I'm like seeing it get more and more packed. I make sure that I was invited, so I don't have like physical tickets on me. They told me to go inside and like tell them my name, and then they, and then they'll hand me my tickets. The way that the crowd and everything was moving, I'm like, girl, I was like, I'm trying to get in there first. Like, so like, I'm like telling security, like, hey, like, they invited me. Can I like get my tickets now at least? I mean, I don't mind like waiting back in line if that's the case, but like, I don't want everybody to be rushing through while we're going through like security and things, and I'm just standing there like waiting on them to give me my ticket as everybody's rushing through the door. And he's like, well, if somebody from the team invited you, then they have to come out and get you. We can't just go based off what you say. And I'm like, I have proof. I should have been smart and just told Rob that I needed my tickets now. That's probably what I should have did. But I mean, it worked out fine anyway. I was like one of the first people in line. So security, or one of the security guards was telling us like, y'all, like, you know, don't rush. Y'all have to go down like stairs to get to the pit. Like, be patient. And then he basically told me, like, he was like, your best bet is to go to like one of the end doors so that you can get closer to the thing. I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like posted up. I'm not trying to make it obvious that I got like a good spot. I'm not trying to make it obvious that I got a good spot. So I'm like ducked off, and then these two little twink boys, like Sugar and Spice, come over by me and was like, you waiting, yada yada. And I'm like trying to be vague, but I also like them a little bit. So I'm like, I don't mind y'all being here with me, but don't make it obvious that this is a spot. You know what I mean? And they kind of did. And so like everybody started rushing over there. I was like, damn. And so I left. Keep in mind, I had this big red bag. I'm like outside in the rain. Like, okay, I'm skipping details. I'm so sorry. So I do everything like at the moment. So when I posted it 5 minutes ago. And what they posted 5 minutes ago was people queuing up outside the venue to get in. And I saw people with like ponchos on. I saw like bonnets. I saw like chairs. I said, okay, I see what type of time we on. So as soon as I saw that, I immediately hurried up and took a shower, hurried up and got dressed. I ripped open a trash bag and pulled it over my body. I had a big Carolina Herrera bag with me, and I had my heels in the bag. All of that under the trash bag that was covering my entire body, to hold my umbrella. And maybe 30 minutes before the show, I like ripped it all off, and I had like a mesh top and like some boots. That's when he was like, they was like, you know, get drinks, yada yada yada. And I normally don't drink. Like I'm not necessarily a drinker, but I was like, okay, I want this to be like, I was very grateful for the invite and stuff like that. So I was like, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself. I want like to feel like that I did the best with the blessing and opportunity I was given. I said, go ahead, give me a double shot of tequila, baby. Let's get it moving. She was like, we should play some drinking games. They were still doing sound check at this time. She was like, you take a shot, I'll take a shot. Then this other girl by me started taking a shot. I was like, I was feeling it. I was like, oh my God, 2 shots is enough and I'll be gone. So I had 4 that night. So I was feeling it. And everybody around me was like laughing at me. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I know that I'm like cutting up tonight. Like, I know I'm acting a fool. And I didn't care. I didn't mind. After that, they opened the doors there. I had a very good spot, and I was like, very happy. And then I saw like people who was in line with me. I was like, oh, so y'all made it. We survived. May the odds be ever in your favor. Oh, and the bartender, she said that she could keep my bags behind the counter. I went down. I wasn't holding nothing but my phone. I was so grateful. Oh my God. I remember I was like passing my phone around to get everybody's socials. Oh my God. I was going crazy. Wow. I have 2 phones though, so I wasn't like worried. Opening the show with Samaria, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Samaria, she was good. They had a little bit of technical difficulties, but she was good. I had never heard her music before. She was pretty solid. I like the vibe. It gave me like Kehlani vibe, like crazy Kehlani vibe. And so she opened. And that was good, got the crowd nice, warmed up, nice and heated. So our girls, Miss FLO, to come out there, and I heard that. I said, ooh, it's a wrap. My girls came on out, and they were so good. They had on these black pieces. And what I love about them is like the style and the same concept, but the same color in 3 different designs. in my mission, my goal, because I knew that all the performances were going to be posted on YouTube. So my goal was to like not really film a lot, but just like record maybe clips that I knew that I would want to go back to or remember, and for the most part just sit there and like really enjoy, you know, the show. This is my first time like creating content in this like spectrum. So it's like I began watching y'all, and then I broke music down. Then I got to talk to members. Then I got to talk to the team, and then I got to actually see, you know what I mean? Like this is an experience for me. So I want to make sure that I'm like really basking in it and enjoying the opportunity that I have. And so it's kind of what I did for the most part. I didn't record a lot. The clips I did record, they're pretty simple. I remember one segment they sat down and I recorded, and then Stella waved, and waved at me, and I was just like, I was like very like happy with the fact that I was just like there, you know what I mean? And so it was a blast. The music was so good, especially live, like feeling the music flow through you is really, really crazy. The band went crazy. I made sure that I got all the bands connect because I like to credit the entire team, because it takes a lot of work. Like the girls are the face of the group, but it takes a lot of work for all the behind the scenes of who aren't the face. It was just an amazing experience. I think one of my favorite moments is when they kind of like sat down like at the edge of the stage singing Change, I'm pretty sure, and like fans started like handing them things to like sign and stuff, and this boy next to me was like, sign my shoe, and Renee was like, okay, and she remembered, like she came back and she was like, give me your shoe, and he like gave it to them, and they all like passed the shoe around, like literally signing it. It was wild. And then one moment that was really, really sweet to me was when I was in line. I was with this girl named Mariah. If you see this, tag her please or something. But I met this girl named Mariah, and we were all in line, and we were having a really good time. Like we were having nice conversations and everything. But basically what happened was she went to change, and then she came back and she had flowers to give them. A member of the team, Kayla, I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. She was trying to give, FLO flowers, and she was like, okay, we can possibly arrange that. And it was filmed, and they filmed it outside. That she had the flowers, she had pictures she had like a little picture of Georgia, and basically last minute they told all of us that no gifts were allowed in the venue. And so that was kind of really heartbreaking, because I like saw how excited she was, and I was there kind of like feeling what she was feeling. I was like with them for hours. So I was like, oh damn, like that is so sad. And so that was kind of crushing, but she finessed it, and she put the flowers back in her car, but she like took 3 off and put them in her purse. And so the sweetest moment was when I tossed them up, and Renee started catching the flowers and giving them to each member of the group. And so they all like tried to like utilize the flower in their outfits. Stella put it in her hair, Georgia put it like on her ear, and Renee, like I think she was just holding it because she couldn't find like a spot to put it. And it was the sweetest thing. And they gave her the mic and was like, what's your name? And I couldn't even audibly hear what she was responding with, but I just knew that moment for her was amazing. And Renee, and it was just very, very sweet. It was very sweet and kind, and I knew that like meant the world to her. And I was just happy to like experience it, because I know what the journey was for her to get that moment, And so I was just really, really happy with the experience. And I just remember like when they were like giving them everything to sign and stuff, I'm like just watching them and everything, and like Stella was like, I'm so overwhelmed, and I'm like, girl, it's okay, like y'all are superstars, y'all really, really are. Also, Victoria Monet surprised them. She went on stage and she gave them flowers, ironically, right? She gave them flowers. It was just basically telling them like how great they are. And I was just like, I know that's right. And then a boy next to me again was like, sign my shoe. I was like, Jesus. And then, so the show ended. The show ended. I go back up. I couldn't find my bag, but that same security guard, he was like, that's bro. Like, he good. I was like, what? I was like, yo, you see my bag? He was like, yeah, bro. I know your bag. Da, da, da. I don't know what he was cool with me for, but I'm grateful that he was. And so he was like, yeah, I got you, bro. He's like, you got merch, right? You got, make sure. And they was like they was like rushing everybody out of the theater. But he was like, nah, bro, good. I was like, okay, cool. I was just chilling. And then like, I didn't even realize, but their choreographer, Kash, was on the steps, like talking with everybody. I was just like, oh, hey, like I didn't even realize you were there. So I like kind of like went up. Oh my God, that's probably so rude now that I think about it. I probably like interrupted somebody's conversation. Ugh. But I like went up and was like, hey, I was like, you're doing a great job. I love how you're not making them dance full out because they have to sing. I was like, don't you? And I just kind of like started talking about everything. I was like, where the dancers at? Because I need to see your choreography full out. I was, wow. Oh my God, I'm probably like so embarrassing. But that's basically what I was saying. He was like, oh my God, let me not butcher a British accent, but he was like, so he was like, you get it, like you get with the vision. I was like, yes, I know, like I see, we on the same, and yeah, and it's kind of like, he was like, what are you doing after the show? And I was just like, nothing. He was like, yo, like we trying to see Atlanta. Me and the girls, like we leave in the morning, so we trying to see Atlanta. Yeah, I stay here. I was like, okay, cool. And pretty sure, so he like left shortly after that, and then MNEK walked by, and then I like stopped him and kind of just like praised him for like his production and his arrangements with the girls and his work in general, like his work with Little Mix and his original music. Like I have a lot of respect for people who can do that, because that's what I do. Like, everything that I'm like happy to see and rooting for and then like breaking down and on my channel was like things that I do in real life, all aspects of it. Like I do production, I do choreography, I do singing, songwriting, rapping, and like, so I like really try, like I really appreciate people who are good at it. You know, Victoria came out and I was like, I'm still like posted where Kash told me to stay. So I'm like still like chilling there because I really had nowhere to be. Like I would have just went home, and I'm like, I want to meet the girls. So what do I have to lose? You know, I mean, I'm already blessed with this opportunity. I'm already here and I'm already experiencing. I'm already getting so much out of it. I've met so many people. I met so many like fans, and I met so many people who were so nice, and I met like staff, and like I was just really trying to take in every moment of it all. And then then what happened? And so Victoria walked by, but I'm assuming her assistant like got a car or whatever. And so the car is like parked like literally right next to me, and I'm like standing there, and he's like a little confused, like the Uber or whatever. He was like a little confused. He's like, what's going on? I'm like trying to explain it all to him. And then shortly after, Victoria walks out, I'm like, of course, the crowd and everything with her. And he's like, so who am I looking for? Yada yada. I'm like, the girl with the blonde hair, that's Victoria. Yada yada. I'm like, and he was like, who else? I was like, it's just her and like her crew. And then they go, and I was like, yeah, y'all good. You know, you can go, be safe. And so so they like walked by, and I got to like, you know, see her. Like I love her work. I love her work so much. Her writing, her layers, her work with Ariana. Like, I don't even want to go on a separate tangent, but I'm just like really happy to have had all of these moments all in one night. Like it was really crazy. And so Kash came through again, and then, you know, people were stopping him. And I was like, yo, and then he came up and he was like, okay, so what's the move? And then we went, and then we missed the girls because they had already left and we didn't realize. And then me and him just kind of like went out to the clubs and stuff and like had a good time. And me and him were like just talking about like, we were talking about like music and everything and dance and everything. And I was just telling him like that he was doing a good job, and then he wanted to see like, you know, some of my work, you know, stuff like that. He was telling me, yeah, you know, just regular conversation. But he was so fun. He was so cool. And he said I was so crazy, which I probably was. And he was telling me how they were leaving early in the morning for Washington, which just sold out, by the way. So I know they're gonna kill it. Yeah, that's basically it. So I hung out with Kash, and I tried to make sure that he had a good time while he was in Atlanta. And then I like went home and was just like very, very happy. Oh, and I had another shot. That was my fourth one right there when I was with him. Kind of just like a thank you to FLO and the team, Rob and everyone over there. Thank you all so much for the invite, and like, yeah, I hope to see y'all again. Goodbye. My name is Jimmy McFan. Goodbye. I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, producer, and many other things. If you would like to listen to my original music, you can listen to it in the description below. Ciao.